everybody. Today I'm going to discuss what I would do with 3 hours of my own time undisturbed by anyone else. When Larry gave me this topic, I actually thought it was pretty good because I hardly ever get 3 hours to myself undisturbed. And I really thought about this, and at the end, what I would do with 3 hours is study and do homework. I think that the most beneficial way to spend quiet time, other than sleeping, is probably doing schoolwork. The benefits of being able to study in a quiet environment are unprecedented. There are many studies to show that being able to study in a quiet, noise-free environment with no other tasks to do can bring up a student's GPA by 90%. Some of these studies were conducted by Sylvan Learning Center, the U.S. Army, and the Navy SEALs. When the Sylvan Learning Center did this study, they had a book, and in this book were various equations, mathematical problems, and scientific articles. The two groups of students were asked to read this book. One group was asked to sit quietly and read the book for 2 hours without disturbance and without doing any other task. The other group was allowed to talk, chat, play on the computer, and had one other assignment to do besides reading this book in the same span of time. After the 2 hours, both groups of students, were asked to write a report on the book. After these reports were written, it showed that the students who were allowed to read the book in quietness scored 95% better than those who were allowed to talk, chat, and had another task to do in between. Another study conducted by the Navy SEALs showed that when one is taking a test, to take it in a quiet environment actually will benefit you more, and your score will be higher. One group had men running around talking, banging pots and pans, and turning lights on and off. The other group was allowed to take the test in complete silence and was asked not to talk. The group who took the test in complete silence scored 85% better than the group who was distracted. Another test by the U.S. Army has students reading rigorous manuals about plant life, survival, and the local economics of wherever they will be. After this, both of two groups of students in the Army were asked to take a test. One group took the test in silence, and another group took the test with classical music playing. Surprisingly, the group that had classical music playing did 15% worse on the test than the group who took the test in complete silence. Which means that silence, quietness, and focus are extremely important in studying. Even something like classical music can be distracting. So if you have 3 hours all to yourself, I would suggest you not watch cartoons, eat bonbons, or play a game. I would suggest you study. Because as an online student, I know that we're here because we either geographically cannot go to the school of our choice, or we just can't make it to classes because we have other obligations. So what I want to say is if you get 3 hours all to yourself, all in quietness, study. It'll help your GPA. And you'll be doing something constructive. Well, I want to thank you all for listening.